Okay, so if you don't want to be told how to love somebody or be in a relationship by a 15-year-old that has not had a relationship longer than a fucking mento, I suggest you leave. Well, anyways, let's get started. Um, I, it's pretty broad topic and can be talked about in many different ways, but I'm just gonna start off with how you're able to keep a successful relationship, and that is pretty much communication. Like, I know it's really fucking repetitive, and it's talked about everywhere, and it's pretty common, and it's basically common sense, right? Well, even though it's so common, people still don't know how to fucking do it. Like, they know, like, they should, but they just choose not to because they're either shy, they just don't know how to, or they just choose not to because they're just fucking petty. Well, anyways, besides the point, you should definitely communicate if you want to be in a long-term relationship. Not even long-term, a lifetime. That's really strong, and that leads me to my second thing, commitment. I personally have a lot of issues with commitment, but I've been trying to get over it. It's like I'm only 15, but it's just something that you have to learn to deal with because you're going to be, well, I can't say for everybody, but most likely you will be with somebody for the rest of your life, whether that be the high school sweetheart. Shout out to Elaine, by the way. I hope you get that fixed, by the way. And the high school sweetheart, the lady you find at the fucking club when you're 23, or like you find out you're gay and then you just go to this fucking this strip club for a joke, and then you find your love of your life. Anyway, you find the person that you feel most connected with. Just try your hardest to not get bored. I know it sounds really broad and really fucking stupid, but that's basically the gist of it. You gotta like distract yourself. If you are getting bored and tired of this person, they're not the one for you. I suggest you just find someone else, cut them loose. Don't be a burden on them, and keep trying to live a life that is basically a fake, I guess. Like, just the only reason why you're staying in that relationship at that point is to not hurt the other person's feelings. But what you don't get, or not necessarily you, but like what someone doesn't get is that the longer you are in that relationship and you know it's not going to work out, the harder it's going to be on them, especially if they actually are in love with you and you're not. You just have to communicate it, which brings me back to the first thing, communication. My third thing is knowing how to express your love for somebody, which I guess is a part of communication, but it's up to how you see it. Well, expressing your love to somebody, that could be in many different forms. I'm reading a book called The 5 Love Languages. Hold on, give me a second, like literally 3 seconds. I'm gonna go grab the book from my fucking backpack. Okay, I'm back. So basically, the 5 Love Languages. It's by Gary Chapman and #1 New York Times bestseller. I brought this book up a couple times in different classes, and all the teachers knew exactly what book it was, and even have copies of their own. I was just like, we're talking about love for Romeo and Juliet for one of our units in, say, English class, and I brought this book out, and she asked, what books. Oh, no, we weren't doing Romeo and Juliet. We're doing this fucking Fahrenheit 451. It was kind of stupid, but I like the book anyways. The 5 different ways to express your love. Words of affirmation, which is like compliments, like, hey, you look pretty today. Quality time, it's in the fucking name. If you don't get it, then you should not be dating. Gifts, yet again, if you don't know what gifts are, get the fuck out. Acts of service, so basically performing services, whether that be opening the door for somebody, making them breakfast, what's it called, tying their shoes, being, I guess, cute and corny. it doesn't really matter if that's the person you love. It shouldn't fucking matter if you are with somebody and you're like, this is kind of corny, why am I doing it? Get the fuck out of that relationship, you immature piece of shit. Anyways, last one, physical touch. Okay, here we go. Why are you giggling? Physical touch, my personal favorite. It's just basically touching, like, it could be even a hug, holding hands. But I know right now you're thinking of just fucking sex, but that's on you. So those are the 5 love languages that are described in this book. And I think, personally for me, I'm more of a quality time and physical touch. It may seem shallow because physical touch, but it's an actual thing for love. And even nowadays, I'm kind of moving a little bit off topic. People don't know what love is. I don't fully understand it. There is a definition on the internet for it, but it's more of like a personal opinion. My personal opinion on love is mutually respecting somebody. It doesn't even have to be romantic love. It's just as long as you mutually respect each other, care for each other, like each other's time together, without like any I guess like bad tension, then that's love. Like, you enjoy their time, that's love. Like, I could say I love my nigga Terry because he's fucking cool and everyone loves him. Like, it's a cool person to be around, positive energy, Well, that was my 3rd thing about love, I guess. I think. Anyways, my last thing about love is just, or how to be in a relationship. It's just basically being open and adding more than just communication to it. You gotta like actually be open-minded. All of these examples I'm bringing up are just things that you're taught growing up, but don't realize how important it is that it's brought into a relationship. Like, just if you feel a type of way because some fucking girl followed your boyfriend and you don't like her, tell him that. Don't be a little bitch about it and be sad. Tell him, hey, I don't like this girl following you. Can you like block her, or like make sure she knows that I'm dating you? Or even if she knows that you're dating you, just fucking block her. Just it doesn't matter. Just make the other person happy. If it's too much for them to ask of, hey, can you block them? And you're like, oh, you're fucking insecure. You're an asshole. They tried communicating with you and you just threw it to the side. Like, this is... I really don't know why I'm speaking on this fucking topic. It's just a topic I like talking about. And that's kind of moving to my second topic about marriage. Like, I talked about this a couple of times on my Instagram or my spam account. I just said that marriage just seems really kind of stupid. It's been around for decades and centuries, whatever, however the fuck long it's been. But there's not really been a meaning behind it besides, hey, sign some legal documents binding yourself to this person, have a huge expensive ceremony with both family members there, and say the words I do, and that just makes you guys bounded to each other legally. Like, people nowadays just classify marriage as love. Like, people marry people that they don't even love because they just think it's the right thing to do, and that's what they're taught, which just seems so fucked up to me. Like, it's just, they are taught, or these specific people are taught, that if you marry this person, you're in love with them. Like, do you know how much pressure somebody gets just fucking presenting in front of class? Like, imagine having to marry somebody because you're trying to satisfy a religious thing or your family thing and whatnot. Like, it just seems all stupid. Like, I will probably get married, but not because, hey, this is me saying I officially love you. It's just because, hey, my family's been doing it for tradition and whatnot, then I'll do it too. It's not gonna be out of, this is what's gonna prove my love to you. Okay, well, that's basically basically going to wrap up like all my topics and whatnot. Um, and basically me just rambling, using this new mic, kind of flexing it, Give me some ideas in the group chat, guys, like on what should I write down, or not write down, what should I talk about. I'll probably do some group things if you guys have like any ideas, like the meaning of life. That will go on fucking forever, but yeah, just let me know what you guys want to hear.